At this moment in hockey history, the Nashville Predators currently find themselves in 7th place in the Central Division after 26 games skated this season. They have a record of 7-13-6, only 20 points. That has them 18 points out of first place, 12 points out of an automatic qualifying spot. We'll update the whole Central in a moment, but let's continue on with the Preds season. 2-7-4 on the road this season. That's where their next game will take place. It will be in Montreal. It'll be later on today. 68 goals for, 82 goals against goal differential, minus 22. Bad. Central Division update. The Minnesota Wild have wrestled first place away from the Winnipeg Jets with 38 points. Winnipeg is in second place with 36 points. Dallas Stars in third, and the final playoff qualifying position for the Central Division, 32 points. Then you'll find the chase pack of the Colorado Avalanche with 28, the St. Louis Blues with 26, the Utah Hockey Club with 24, and those two teams that are kind of out of it, but you never know what can happen. The Nashville Predators in 7th place with 20 points. The Blackhawks in last place with 18 points. That gets you updated on the Central. Now let's talk about the Preds next week ahead. After this second night of a back-to-back, last night Toronto, tonight Montreal, Saturday in Ottawa, Tuesday back home for another one-night homestand against the Calgary Flames, and then on the road on the 12th of December at Dallas, the 14th at Colorado. Back home December 17th to face off against the New York Rangers. That's an original 6 team. This is also an original 6 team matchup. The Nashville Predators will face off against the Montreal Canadiens one more time this season. It will take place on April the 6th at Bridgestone Arena. Now, the Montreal Canadiens, maybe you haven't been paying much attention to what's going on in the Eastern Conference, so let me update you on how their season's going. 9-13-3, 21 points. Still one better than the Preds, but they are 8th in the Atlantic Division right now. On home ice, 6-5-2, which means 6 of their 9 wins have come on the home rink. 70 goals for, 94 goals against, the goal differential of minus 24, very similar to the Nashville Predators. In their most recent stretch of 5, back on November the 26th, with a 3-2 overtime loss versus Utah, following that up the next night with a 4-3 overtime win at the Columbus Blue Jackets. On the 30th of November, a 4-3 loss at the New York Rangers, then a 6-3 loss to open the month of December at the Boston Bruins, and most recently getting to come back home finally on the 3rd of December and taking a 2-1 overtime win versus the New York Islanders. Montebo, 30 out of 31, picks up the victory for the Montreal Canadiens. Getting into this particular game matchup, where the teams stand at this moment in the season, well, let's just say this is a comparable matchup, and the Nashville Predators have not been playing such good hockey as of late, so maybe a comparable statistical matchup will lead to a better competition by the Predators tonight. Let's tell you what I'm talking about here. In the goals for category, the Predators 2.31. They are 32nd overall in the NHL. That is dead last. They have had 4 consecutive games with 2 goals scored. The Montreal Canadiens, not much better, but better. 2.80 goals per game is 23rd overall in the NHL. In the goals against category, Preds giving up 3.15 per game is 26th. Montreal, though, giving up 3.72. That is 30th in the NHL. That could allow for some opening for the Predators there. Shots on goal category, Preds at 29.2 is 14th. Highly shocked to see this one. The Montreal at 24.1 shots on goal per game. That is 32nd and last in the NHL. And the shots against category, teams very comparable. 29.8 for Montreal, 23rd. 29.9 for Nashville is 24th. In the special teams, the power play is also very comparable. 20.3% conversion rate for the Predators is 17th in the league. 16 conversions on 79 power play opportunities. Montreal's power play is converting at 21.5%, 2 ticks up from the Preds at 15th. 17 conversions, that's one more than Nashville. 79 opportunities, same exact amount. On the penalty kill, the Preds PK has been giving up more as of late, but still ranked first in the league by kill percentage at 88.2%. They have now given up 10 power play goals on the season. The Montreal Canadiens are killing off 82.6%, which is the 7th best penalty kill in the league, and they've given up 15 power play goals against. That's a highly unusual statistical matchup right there. In this particular metric, you have a team in 7th place in Nashville in their division and a team in 8th place in their division respectively, but their power plays league-wise are rated 1st and 7th. It's just a highly impressive, notable statistical metric for both of these teams. So the Predators have 1 metric in the top 10. It's a penalty kill. Montreal Canadiens have 0. That's one of the worst matchups we've seen statistically in quite some time. Statistics of the top 5 scoring leaders for each of these teams. Again, more comparable things here. I'll start with the home team, Montreal Canadiens, on this side of the ledger. Suzuki, he's got 10 goals and 16 assists for 26 total points. That would also lead the Nashville Predators. Caulfield at 16 goals and 7 assists for 23 points would also, again, be tied for the team lead with the Nashville Predators. Hudson, 0 goals but 16 assists, 16 total points. Matheson, 2 and 13 for 15. And Slafkovsky, 2 and 12 for 14. Over on the Predator side of things, the captain, Roman Josi, continues his point-scoring streak and continues putting distance between himself and the rest of his teammates. And it is known that Roman Josi is a top-tier offensive defenseman, but when your offensive defenseman is starting to put separation between all of your top 6 forwards in scoring, that's an indicator that things are not going very well offensively. Roman Josi, though, 7 goals, 16 assists, 23 points through 26 games. That is impressive defenseman at almost a point per game. Philip Forsberg was at a point per game through about 14 and then just fell off the map here. 9 goals still, 8 assists, 17 total points. O'Reilly's at 5 and 9 for 14. Marchessault's at 5 and 8 for 13. Stamkos 7 and 6 for 13. Potential anticipated matchup in net sees UC Saros 6-11-5, 2.64 goals against average with a 9.11 save percentage and 2 shutouts. Against Montebo 7-10-2, 2.99 goals against average, a 9.01 save percentage and 2 shutouts on the season. That's got you all set for the Nashville Predators' second night of back-to-backs. A quick trip into Toronto, then Montreal, then off to Ottawa on Saturday night. We've got to go back to game 1 of this road trip. We need to go back to Toronto last night, find out what happened. We call it the Rebirth Sports Full Game Recap, and it's coming up next right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast.